If you be quiet, they'll start sharing a lot of stuff about themselves. Y'all, I am not one of those people that can sit up and like just talk about myself at all. Like whenever I'm in like a social setting, I'm always the person that's asking questions and getting people to talk about themselves. But when you turn the camera on me and ask me to talk about myself, I'm real short and I switch it, change the subject. Let's talk about you. Hi, y'all. Welcome back to Vlogmas. This is, I don't know what episode it is. I don't know when I'm going to post it, but it's going to go up. In this episode, we are going to just kind of talk and get to know each other. I am really talking to myself, which is always weird because it's just always weird. But we're gonna do kind of like a get to know me or just like have some girl talk. I am going to go to ChatGPT and I'm gonna put in a prompt and I'm gonna get her to ask me some questions and I'm gonna answer them blindly on camera. And really the goal is just to get to know each other. So, okay, I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I'm like, what is they gonna ask me? Oh, these are just like, let me take it one at a time. So the first question says, what's the one thing you can't start your day without? And that is chai tea latte and the word. So every morning when I wake up in the morning, after I drop my daughter off from school, literally before I even brush my teeth, I'm drinking a cup of tea and then I'm also reading the word. I just started this journey, probably this year, started this journey of like, getting to know God for myself. I grew up in the church. I have always been active in the church, especially growing up. But as of lately, I really felt like I didn't know what it meant to be a Christian. And so I started at the roots, which is the word, the Bible. So I just been reading it and I've been letting God just kind of like take me on this journey. And what's really cool about the journey is that I'm on my own journey. I read the word, he tells me where to go. I read the word, he tells me where to go. But I'm noticing like little signs of confirmation, like little things that are confirming that I'm on my journey because I'm meeting people who are on the same journey and we're in the same spot. Not the exact same journey, but in the same spot where we like cross paths. Anyway, or like I'll read something. The other day I read, I think it was Matthew, I can't remember what it was, but I read it and like the next on YouTube, I went to a sermon just out of nowhere and it was talking about the same thing. Did I know that? Was that planned? Was that had nothing to do with me? That was all God. So I just feel like he is kind of just leading me on this journey. And then as I continue to go through the journey, he's like placing like little, like signs that say this way, or you're doing a good job, or keep up the good work. So yeah. So back to the question. I can't start my day without a cup of tea and the word. That was a good question. Okay, the next one says, how would your best friend describe you in 3 words? Dang. I don't know if I can answer this. I hope she would say creative. I hope that would be a part of her 3 words. I really don't know how she views me. I feel like she might. We've known each other so long, so it's like she knows me, but I don't know if she would. Girl, that's a loaded question. Like that has multiple layers. I'm gonna ask her. How would you describe me in 3 words? Question mark. Okay, so we'll let her answer that. Oh, my friend answered the text message and she said visionary. I can see that. I can totally see that because if I see it, I can come up with a plan and make it happen. Even if it's somebody else. If you tell me what you're trying to achieve, like I can help you come up with a plan and we can make it happen. Like that's probably one of my strongest suits. Like I know how to get stuff done. Interesting. The next one says, what made you start creating content and what keeps you going? So I started creating content in 2020, actually 2019. So I had my daughter and I remember, I've told this story. It's been a while since I told it, but I've told it a lot of times. But I remember sitting on my bed. I was actually sitting in her room on her bed in 2019. She was just like a month old. And I remember thinking to myself, At the time, I was a teacher. At the time, I was in the rat race of living paycheck to paycheck. At the time, I didn't have anything, I didn't own anything. I remember thinking to myself, if she saw me where I am today, she would not be proud of me. She would tolerate me, but she wouldn't be like, that's my mama, go mama. Like, because I just didn't do anything. I didn't have anything. I was not doing anything except having a baby and hanging out. And so I remember that day I just opened up my laptop and started an LLC, having no idea what I was going to do with it. And then landed on Pinterest, and Pinterest was telling, if you've ever been on Pinterest, especially back then, like every other slide was how to make money online, how to make money online. And I kept seeing it, and I just clicked on it, and then I realized that they're creating content, and that's how they're making money online. So that's kind of how it started. I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted to make a little extra money. I know people be like, oh, I was just creative. I was just doing this. No, I wanted to do it for the money. And so I started creating for the money. I started off with a blog. It was a motherhood blog. This video might be longer than 15 minutes. If I tell this whole story, it's going to be longer than 15 minutes. Ugh. ChatGPT, I was not planning on doing all this. I thought you was going to give me like some yes or no questions. Chocolate or vanilla? So I started a blog. It was a motherhood blog. I remember no one in my family had ever had children before. Well, there wasn't any kids in my family, and the last kids were me and my sister. So that was a long time ago. And so my mom really didn't have answers because she hadn't taken care of a newborn in 30 plus years. None of my friends had children. And so I just remember always going to Pinterest for answers to all of my motherhood problems. And so I started a blog. The blog was called Blocker Ever After. And anything that I didn't know, I just wrote about it. I was like, I don't know how to deal with thrush. I don't know how to breastfeed. I don't know how to wean my kid off of breast milk. I don't know how to introduce solids. So those were things that I would just write about. And because I was already spending so much time on Pinterest, I had kind of picked up a vibe or a hack on, how to get people drawn in. And the blog did amazing. Like, it took off. It's no longer with us. I've grown since then. And honestly, after I kind of got used to motherhood, I stopped vlogging. Like, I stopped writing about it. Yeah, so the blog took off. The blog opened the door to Instagram, which opened the door to photography, which opened the door to starting my own business, which opened the door to me being able to quit my job. And so here I am today. I'm on YouTube. I'm on all social media platforms. But yeah, that's how it started. It started with me not knowing how to be a mother. And I was like, I'm going to get on Pinterest and write about this. And that's how it started. The next question says, if someone spent a day in your shoes, what would surprise them the most? A day in my shoes. You would probably, I don't know. It's real low key over here. I don't know if anything would surprise you. You would probably be surprised at how flustered I get. Like, I am not a really good multitasker. I know a lot of people are good at it, but my mind can only focus on one thing at a time. And I think it has to do with being a creative. I also think it has to do with being a perfectionist. Like, I can't juggle a lot of things. And so if I'm going to focus on something, I have to focus on that, and nothing else can distract me. So I don't know if that really answers the question, but if you could spend a day in my life, you would see I get like tunnel vision on whatever I have to do at that moment. I do it well, I do it good, I do it efficiently, and then I move on to the next thing. Whereas a lot of other people, this might be a gift and a curse. A lot of other people can like juggle multiple things. They can do this and do work. I can't do that. Please don't ask me. And I get flustered when I'm in the middle of something and either my husband or Logan or Life, the dog, something else needs my attention. I get super flustered. So yeah, that might surprise you. I ain't a good multitasker at all. What's the most random fun fact about you that no one expects? This is giving icebreakers at work. You know how people would ask you questions that were like just to break the ice? Like, this is giving team building. I'm finna ask her to give me some more questions because. A random fun fact about me, I was born on Valentine's Day, and I don't know if people know this, but I used to play basketball at the collegiate level. I feel like those are two things that whenever I tell people, they're like, what? I was born on Valentine's Day, um, and I used to play basketball, and I feel like that's it. What's a lesson you've learned recently that changed your perspective? This one is good. I learned recently, and I talk about this in my Crazy Bible Stories video, which I'll link. But I've learned recently that God's will be done, whether you hop on board or not. And then I've also learned, and it's changed my perspective tremendously, is that God keeps his promises, the good ones and the bad ones. So if he has a good promise, he's going to keep it. But if it's a bad promise, trust me, he's going to keep that one too. So those are the two things that I've recently learned that kind of changed my perspective about, kind of navigating life, listening to God, moving about in the word. Like, his will be done, whether you like it, are on board, feeling it, agree with it, and then his promises will be kept, all of them. And I was reading First Samuel, Lamentation, the book of Jeremiah, like all of those books are what confirmed or taught me that lesson. Describe your dream life, where you are, what you're doing, and who's with you. My dream life would be at home. But I would have everything I need literally at my fingertips. I would have a beautiful home, like floor, like a home, not a skyrise, but a home. I would have this office, huge office, probably the size of my living room. This huge office, the size of my living room, with like little nooks, couches, desk, like a wall full of books. I would have sunlight coming in, like a whole wall full of windows that overlooked my front yard. I would have like this huge like driveway with just two cars. I don't need a whole bunch of cars. Logan would be in private school. She would have her little uniforms, prancing off to school. I would have someone come in, clean my house, cook me dinner. Like, my dream life would be me at home, and at my fingertips would be everything I need. Food, someone to clean. I would have a salon suite in my home, so my stylist could just come to me and do my hair. Like, it's giving homebody. It's giving real homebody. My dream life would be at my house. Oh my gosh, it says, if you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be? Girl, I got a list. One piece, I would give, I actually have a list of things that I want to make sure I teach Logan before I transition. And if I transition early, I'm passing this on to her godmom, and she got to teach Logan these things. I have it broken down into categories, like men, lessons I want her to learn about men. I have a category for skincare, a category for money, a category for her character. I'm not gonna list everything on here, but if I could talk to my younger self, these are some of the things that I would tell myself. Number one, always have a nest egg. That's a financial, that's in the money category. I always have a nest egg. And then I would also teach my younger self that the stock market is permanently rigged to stay up. So have your money work for you. When it comes to character, one of the things that I have to teach Logan, and I would have taught myself, is that you never have to unscrew another girl's light bulb in order for yours to shine. Your name and your reputation goes out ahead of you, and then guard your reputation with your life. Those are just a few things. And then when it comes to skincare, stop drinking soda. Soda is not good. Sunscreen makes you look fine longer. And then start using retinoids and hyaluronic acid and peptides in your 20s, and collagen in your 20s. Don't wait till you like 30, 40 to start using it. And then the men one, girl, I don't know if I want to share this. The number one rule is never ever sweat these hoes. No marriage until you're 30. Like, don't get married until you're 30. I would tell her that your intuition will tell you everything you need to know. All you have to do is listen. Um, I'm also teaching Logan that her husband and her boyfriend does not have to be black. Um, Another thing I wish I would have learned this sooner is that men don't talk with their words, they talk with their actions. They say whatever they want to say. Girl, they'll tell you whatever. Pay attention to those actions. And then, girl, it's so many on this list. It's so many. I'm gonna stop there. Okay, let's go to the next question. That was good. I was prepared for that one. What's one thing people always ask you about, and why do you think that is? People always ask me about, they either ask me about content creation and like how to get started, which is the reason why I really originally created this channel was for content creation. So they'll ask me about that, like everyday people, people that I'm related to, people that, I see in passing, people that know who I am. They'll ask me about that. And then the second thing I get a lot of questions about is my hair. They'll ask me what wig I got on or what kind of hair is that. Like that has been a like a running question. That question has been one of my top questions for years. But yeah, those are the two questions. What's a project or accomplishment you're most proud of and why? Um, I would have to say starting my own business. Definitely proud of that. Like WB Jordan Media, it's umbrellaed as a media company, but it really specializes in photography. I feel like I'm really good at helping people look good. Like I can make you look good on camera. I can make you look great. And so whether it's post production or straight out the camera, I'm pretty good at that. So I feel like that's one of my biggest accomplishments is just starting the business. Like I said, it opened the door for me to be able to quit my job and do this full time and be a steward over my own time. So definitely, that's a big accomplishment for me. Projects. Oh, this, you can't see it, but there is a bookshelf. It's not even a bookshelf. It's just like a floating shelf. I got the idea from someone else, but the fact that me and my husband did this is my favorite piece in the house. I'm gonna insert some clips so y'all can see it, but we DIY'd that, and that's probably one of my favorite like projects that I've ever done. If you could use 3 apps for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? Oh, the rest of my life, the Bible app, definitely one. The camera app, oh yes, the camera app, the Bible app, and then what else do I use other than social media? Because those you can't pick, and they might not even be around for the rest of our lives. Child, my Charles Schwab app, definitely a way to invest my money. This next one says, what's a goal you have for yourself this year that scares you a little? And I'm not really comfortable saying that yet. I'm not. It does scare me. Um, I have some really big goals that scare me too, but that's like 3, 5 years from now. But this year in 2025, one of the things that I want to make happen, um, it definitely scares me. I don't want to tell you though. I'll give you a hint. I am creating something that is bigger than me. My goal is to eventually take my face off of my brand, um, and then and also make my brand scalable. And so I've been brainstorming ways that I can, because in order for me to get paid now, I have to show up. Okay. And that's to me no way to live. Like if I'm sick or if I want to take a sabbatical, I can't. So my goal is to take my face off of it. And I have this idea. It's a really big dream that I've had for a very long time. When I tell you probably like 3 people know about it, maybe 2. I'm not sharing it with y'all, not yet anyway. But it does involve a storefront. It does involve online sales. It does involve what else can I say? Creativity. And it also involves something I'm really passionate about and love to do. I'm gonna make a way so that everybody else can do it too. So we'll see. Definitely scary. Hopefully next year when we make this video again, I'll be able to tell you that we did it. What's one guilty pleasure or indulgence that instantly makes your day better? My chai tea latte instantly makes my day better. Food, good food, instantly makes my day better. And sleep, like going to bed. Oh no, a shower, a hot, long shower, and then getting in the bed and rubbing my feet together and falling asleep. That instantly makes my day better. If you could collab with any brand or creator, who would it be and why? There's a photographer in, her name is, I think her name is Mecca or Mika, but she's in Georgia. But her studio is so beautiful and I love her work. If I was to ever like have a photographer shoot me, I would love for it to be her. Brand wise, I feel like I've worked with some of my dream brands already. Like Disney would have been on that list. Ulta would have been on that list. Nordstrom's Rack would have been on that list. I don't know. I don't know about brands because I just feel like there's so many good ones. There isn't one dream brand. It's a dream number, okay? Give me $100,000. Give me 5 figures. Give me a year-long partnership. That's my dream brand. Oh, what's the best compliment you've ever received and how did you take it? It happened recently. A girl called me pleasant. We had ran into each other and when she came to the car, like my energy was just high. It was up and I was like, hey, just talking to her, going back and forth with her. And I think it kind of caught her off guard and she was like, you're pleasant. Anybody that says they like your energy or you have good energy, that's always a great compliment to me. Those always make me feel the best. Those compliments to me mean a lot more than like you're pretty or yeah. Anything that has to do with like you're smart or you're pleasant, like your aura. Anything that has to do with your aura to me is a great compliment. What's one thing you want your audience to take away from your channel? I don't know. I feel like I'm still in the beginning phases of this channel and I'm still doing the work to try to figure out who I am. And some days I put out content that I love and some days I put out content that I'm like that makes me cringe. So I don't really know what I want y'all to take away from the channel quite yet. That's another goal that I have for the year. But I do know that I want y'all to watch these videos and be like, she's herself. She gets paid to be herself. That's the goal for me, is to just get on here and just be authentic. For a very long time, I had to code switch. I feel like code switching is like a gift and a curse. Some people do it well, and some people do not do it at all. And you know people who cannot code switch. They get in the room and they are their authentic selves. And I used to be like, girl, turn it on, turn it off. I feel like being able to code switch has handicapped me because I never know which switch is really my switch, right? And so in this YouTube journey and in this season of, just getting on YouTube and discovering myself on YouTube, I am peeling back layers of authenticity and it feels amazing. And it's scary. I've done so well at just showing up as who I needed to show up as in whatever capacity, in whatever room I was in. So in my career, not really with my family, but with like in social settings. So in those kind of things, I've been able to code switch. And like I said, I really feel like it's a curse to know how to code switch. It's a gift in some aspects, but it's a curse in many. But being able to show up on here online authentically and find people who like can appreciate it, that's to me the golden part about being online and being on YouTube. It's scary because some people ain't gonna appreciate you. Okay, so that's it. ChatGPT asked me 20 questions, and I hope y'all got to know me a little bit better. Until next time, I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye!